All right, so this is a training related question, so it's good. Get us back on track today. What do you do when you've experienced a plateau in your training? I like this one.
What do you do?
Yeah, so like, what happens? What do you do when you experience a plateau in your training?
Yeah.
What's the checklist? Sorry, I just said that. Just answered the question for you.
Yeah, lifestyle review first. Sleep, nutrition, stress.
What would you think a plateau in training is? Because I really like because again, it's like words.
Yeah.
Like have different meaning, right, for people. So one person might think they've experienced plateau, and the other person may not.
That is true.
Yeah.
So if I was going to say a client has plateaued, it would be that they're no longer moving towards the goal.
Yeah. Is that like at any point?
No.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, because some of my clients will be like, oh, I didn't lift more this session, so I've plateaued.
Yeah.
And then we're like, maybe...
Yeah, 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, a couple of... Yeah, I think you need a bit of time, right? Because there's so many things influencing...
Especially training mostly women. Like, a week is nothing.
Yeah, a week's nothing for most people in a year, like, you know, training-wise.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it'd be like
just like hormonally and stuff, like data is just... It's a mess.
Yeah.
One of my clients last week, like, be perfect on my diet, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, give it 3 days. 3 days, got a message, hey, I dropped 500 grams.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so if someone was genuinely...
Like a acute period of time, 2 to 3 weeks, just not really moving towards...
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree.
So, I would look at assuming adherence, right? Assuming adherence.
Absolutely.
So if you're not fucking around on your diet... lifestyle stuff, what's going on outside of the gym, what's your sleep like, what's your stress like, even things like, because clients will sometimes not tell you about, I went on the pill or I came off the pill. You're like, fuck, who knows what's going on right now? Just like tick all those boxes. Is anything changed? Is anything weird? Is anything going on? And then if it was 2 weeks, be like, cool, I just want to give it one more week, let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Make sure you dot I's, cross T's. Lifestyle changes first. Then 3rd week, all right, still didn't work. We're changing something.
Yeah. I like it.
Yeah.
I probably go a little harder on the training stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, really put their technique under a microscope.
Yeah. It depends on the goal too, right?
Yeah. So if someone's like, oh, I've plateaued on a lift, or if most of the time I'll get someone saying, oh, I've plateaued on a lift.
Yeah.
So I'll be like, show me the technique of that, because in a lot of cases that's what's the problem. And then obviously all the same things that you just said, like what are we doing outside of the gym to make sure we're at our best inside the gym. So that's super important. And then I'll just look at like is the training load, is the recovery status outside of the gym, are they like matching up? If one's like swayed, if the training load's swayed beyond the recovery status at the moment, then I'll think about fucking around with the training volume first.
Yep.
The last choice for me is to change the program. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? Like the last thing for me to do is like either change the split, the exercise, the whole program.
Yeah, I'm more inclined to
doing that, to be honest.
More inclined to take lessons than I am for the next block than I am to make a change. Yeah.
And I'm more likely to hang in the... Like, for me, I'm trying to find a way to break through that plateau that's not changing everything.
Correct.
Because I want to see if, like... Because if we do break through that, you've made actual progress.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
You just make a change.
Yeah, because if you make a change, if you make, like, all these changes, like, you're like, wait, did we really progress? Or are you just learning a new skill of a new movement now and you're breaking through? And I get it, like, sometimes you can just tap out in terms of your capacity for an exercise. Like, there's times when changing the exercise and coming back, and then you catapult through again.
Yeah.
But I just think there's obviously like other variables that you need to consider. I was like, how long have you been on this program for? Yeah. How valuable is that exercise in the grand scheme of things for the person? Can you swap it out? Do they need to? How skillful are they? Like, how fast are they progressing in terms of like a lifter as well as everything else? So that's going to dictate like a lot of things too.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty stubborn in that aspect. When someone hits a plateau, I'm like, I want to see if we can break through this before we change it.
Yeah, I think obviously with strength programming, generally you're moving in a direction. Like you're...
Yeah, because it's periodized to do so.
Right. So it's pretty rare that I'll see in a 6 to 8 week block real plateaus. Like it's like, oh, my squat felt shit or whatever this week, and I'm like, do the lifestyle check. It's like, well, you didn't sleep, you had a fight with so and so, or work was busy or whatever. Let's see what happens next week, and then it's like, boom, it kicks off again.
Because in strength training you adopt the periodization, like a model of periodization, so then that means that you should very rarely experience that.
Yeah,
because that's what the periodization is for.
And it's pretty rare. Like I literally had a check-in last night. One of my girls was like, she's got a glute drive towards the end of the day.
Yeah.
It's a fucking gnarly workout.
Awesome.
And it's savage. It's like squats and RDL superset together, poor safety bar, and a couple other things. Then the glute drives are at the end. And she's like, oh, I'm cooked when I get to the glute drive and I can't progress it. I'm like, you don't need to. Your squat went up, your RDL went up, and has gone up 5 weeks in a row.
Yeah.
Your total
it's like, what are you looking at for progress?
Yeah, it's like your total work done for the session has improved. So yes, that lift right now isn't moving forwards. If we put it first, it will.
Yeah.
So, but it's like you're doing what you were doing 5 weeks ago under more fatigue because you've improved skill, output, whatever on the squats. So the stimulus is still higher for the overall session.
Yeah. It's looking at progress in a different way, rather than like just exercise to exercise, right?
Correct. It's like what happened over the workout, what happened over the week.
Yeah.
And usually it's like, even with when you see a plateau in numbers, it's like something hurts.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
Usually, like in a strength program, it's like, oh, my hip was niggly today, so I didn't push it. It's like, you didn't plateau in strength, you just like had to hold back.
Yeah.
And then the next week, it's like, I felt good.
Yeah.
I think the problem solving for plateaus with heavy barbell movements are more often that
technical.
than they are actually like changing an
this person's body hasn't adapted to move the way.
Yeah. So we had I had someone come on who was like, I want to be able to do multiple chin-ups.
Yeah.
Trains lower body 3 times a week and has a body that trains
3
times a week lower body. So obviously that was going to be a challenge in and of itself, just of where she carried her muscle. So I went super hard, super high frequency. Have you ever done, this is a cool strategy for people to try. So say you're going to do like 3x8. Take your 3x8 and turn it into cluster, or not even cluster sets, just sets of AMRAPs through the whole workout.
Yeah.
So what's 3 8s?
24.
So you got to do 24 reps, but they can get done any time in the workout.
Yeah.
So go up, and if you can do 2, you do 2.
Oh, so you just do 2 pull-ups and then go do something else, come back.
Yeah. In your rest period, do another 2, come back, do another 2. It's just like, I'm not getting any better. She ended up going from 2 to 3 over the block. And I'm like, yes. And she was doing this twice a week with a bunch of back training. I'm like, just wait till the next block when that fatigue comes out, and then you'll see. So again, it's like, is that a plateau, or is it just
sometimes
volume fatigue?
You're getting to a point where like you're pushing, recovery, you're pushing performance.
Yeah.
And then if and when you kind of back off or change, you're going to see the benefit of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah. In strength training, the plateau's usually actually backwards. That's when it's a problem.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes you can peak people too early. So you get to a point and it's like, all right, that was the best lift you could possibly do, and we're still 3 weeks out.
Yeah.
It's like the next week's actually going to be worse. Or you can do it, in different blocks where it's like, okay, you've actually maxed that out. We need to pull you back and then go again. Yeah.
Yep.
Body composition. Most of my clients when they would say plateaus, like, I'm not losing any weight.
Yeah.
I'm not losing any body fat.
Yeah. Just go eat less, move more, stick to your diet.
And it's usually lifestyle shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I find stress, hydration, stress, sleep, all they kind of link in together.
Yeah.
You get those things on lock, like, most of the time you're good.
Yeah. And then it's just like, cool, those are on lock.
Yeah.
There's something going on with the volume of the program or something. Next block, we'll try a different approach.
In some cases, like, I think you just got to accept progress is going to take a little bit longer too, though. Like, how long does it take for, like once you get into the actual meat and nuts of your program, like even you or me, like we're not making, like adding reps, like fucking over 3 weeks. It's like, oh, I got 1 rep, yay!
Hurrah!
Like, you know what I mean? Like it's not something that happens that often.
Yeah.
So I think
I'm on week like 15 of this program.
Yeah, people's perception of a plateau is based on like their rate of progress for where they are as a lifter.
Yeah.
So when you first start, it's like, best days ever. You know, just linear progress because you're training skill and getting stronger and building muscle. But it kind of does taper.
Yeah.
But you still experience more than when you're over here. So I think once you kind of move to like, you know, the top end of an intermediate into like an advanced athlete, you have to accept that rate of progress isn't going to be as high because you're closer to this hypothetical ceiling of progress. So the rate of gain is smaller.
When you're I don't know about you, I get a lot of people that are classed as intermediates but maybe haven't learned intensity. So they've been doing the thing a lot. They move really well. Everything's perfect, but they don't kind of push hard enough.
Don't train hard,
So early, it's like you got 5 reps in that. You got 3 reps in that. You got 2 reps in that. Okay, now you're there. Once that feels over that period of time, like you just progress. And it's like now you're actually training to a capacity. That progress isn't available to you every week because you're not sandbagging week 1.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you're actually week 1 and 2 actually reflect what you're capable of. So week 6 to 8 is like
that's why we used to do the testing week.
Yeah,
in the program.
Yeah,
is so that we could make sure they don't sandbag week 1, but just no one did it.
Yeah,
Well, very few did.
So, that's pretty hard.
Yeah.